grounds or you're watching at home, we're glad that you're with us. It's the General Tire Rumble by the River, presented by E3 Spark Plugs. I'm Dustin Jarrett. I'm joined alongside by the voice of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer, the GOAT, the Mount Rushmore right here, my good friend James Essex.
Do I need to put that on my business card? I guess I do, but one thing's for certain, we're not going to have to check a weather app this weekend, right? Which has been a while since we've...
Yes.
It's going to be beautiful right on through Sunday, but we're not going to be here Sunday. We're going to race tonight and tomorrow night, and I can't wait. 51 Lucas Oil Late Models here tonight.
I can't remember the last time we were here that it wasn't raining or it wasn't 170-some degrees. Tonight, it is neither. Mother Nature is playing nice. It's not going to rain. We are in for a full night of racing. It's about 80 degrees outside, and as we mentioned, there's an absolutely packed pit area with Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series drivers. The Mid-Atlantic Modifieds, they're running a complete racing program tonight and a complete show tomorrow for $10,000 to win. Limited Late Models tonight have their rescheduled $6,000 to win race as well. And it is going to be an absolutely outstanding weekend of racing. Let's go ahead, without further ado, and check out your General Tire race information for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Of course, Dirt Draft Hot Laps and All-Star Performance Time Trials will be followed this evening by 6 heat races. There'll be 8 laps in distance. Top 3 out of each of those will transfer. And we will then have 2B mains. They will be 10 laps in distance. And tonight, different format. Remember, last year it was split fields. Tonight, it's just one complete program. 40-lap A main, $10,000 to win. We mentioned the split fields, and it was Hudson O'Neal and Brandon Overton getting the win in those 1 year ago. This is an absolutely gorgeous racetrack. We'll go ahead and take a look at your track facts. It opened back in 1938, half mile, and is progressively banked and has just taken on a lot of different faces and looks over the last several years, and is absolutely one of the, just very honestly, one of the best facilities in the entire country. They call it the Speed Palace for a reason. Incredibly long straightaways, tight turns, and as you saw in the show open, just one of the absolute best backdrops and really and truly in all of dirt track racing. My good friend, Mr. Ben Shelton, we got an Airbnb up the road. We got to check out some of those gorgeous sites around the area. Grabbed coffee at a local coffee shop, grabbed lunch at Logie's Hoagies, one of the track sponsors earlier today. That is right. But Ben, just quite honestly, this is a racetrack in an area that has a certain feel, a certain vibe to it whenever you walk in.
Well, it is, and this town lives and breathes racing. And DJ, you made the comment, it's got that feel of like a Fairbury to it. Now, the scenery is it's a lot different here. We don't have cornfields around us. We have gorgeous mountains and rivers, just amazing setting here. And yeah, they love their racing. When you go into the local restaurants, the people working in there, they're wearing late model shirts, they're wearing sprint car shirts, they're wearing modified shirts. They know who you are. They know what you're here for, and they got questions. And I'm gonna tell you what, they know their facts. You don't BS them on anything. And we get ready for tonight, as you talked about, guys. This is a different format. A year ago tonight, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series had split fields. Well, tonight it's going to be a single $10,000 to win feature, and then tomorrow we're going to do it all over again, $50,000 to win. And I think the other thing that's going to be interesting, how the racetrack changes tonight. We have 51 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series competitors, as you indicated, 44 limited late model drivers, and then also, I don't have the number on the mileage yet, they're putting that information in, but it's going to be a big field for them, and I think the racetrack's going to go through a lot of transitions tonight. One thing we know about Port Royal, this is a big racetrack, but it can sometimes race like a bull ring, and it's definitely up on the wheel, and it's always a joy to come here. Fantastic area, fantastic scenery, fantastic facility. Tonight we're going to have fantastic racing. We're going to step aside right now and thank some of our marketing partners. When we come back here to Port Royal Speedway, we'll continue on the pre-race show as we ramp up to Dirt Draft Hot Laps. It's the Rumble by the River from here at Port Royal. Don't go anywhere.
ARP manufactures the ultimate fasteners from the best raw materials using cold forged technology. Family owned and made in the USA. Quality always comes first. For whatever extreme category you're in, it's always ARP-bolts.com.
Race fans, Dirt Draft is your #1 fantasy racing app. Play along with hundreds of events each year featuring the biggest stars in series and racing. Draft your team each race night and compete against hundreds of fans across the country. Or start your private league to battle your friends for the ultimate bragging rights. Accumulate points each race night and cash those points in for top prizes from the biggest brands. Sign up today and learn more at dirtdraft.com or download in Google Play or the App Store. Dirt Draft, your fantasy racing edge.
At Lucas Oil, we take pride in creating problem-solving products to make your car care easier. We protect your vehicle and make it run longer so you can focus on the things that matter most. Whether it's commuting to work, visiting a loved one, taking the kids where they need to go, going to the big game, or anywhere life takes you, Lucas Oil is committed to getting you there for all of life's important moments. Lucas Oil, it works.
We're the leader in race fuels. We've been doing this since in the 60s.
We use our distillation tower, which is unique. No other race fuel companies do that in the world. We also test every single batch that goes out the door on over 15 different parameters that ensure the tune-up will be identical.
That consistency in the marketplace that makes us a premium brand.
Make the same stuff every time. We're pretty darn close to perfect.
It rose from humble beginnings in the Valley of the Sun. A sprint car racer saw the need for racing shirts. And now, the vision of Carl Korbacher has resulted in Arizona Sport Shirts helping racers across America spread their message. For the best custom designed shirts, hoodies, caps, koozies, and much more, go to ArizonaSportShirts.com. Be part of history. Arizona Sport Shirts, the original racing shirt.
The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series is brought to you by General Tire. For whatever you do, General Tire delivers. By Buzz Electric Bicycles, Buzz through life. And by E3 Spark Plugs. What are you running? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Port Royal Speedway for the General Tire Rumble by the River, presented by E3 Spark Plugs. The Statler brothers are jamming in the background. James, do you know?
We need Elvira. We need the Oak Ridge boys, don't we? We lost Joe Bonzo, a few weeks ago, right?
Yes. Do you know you are my sunshine, James? And we have got we have got clear skies. Sunshine.
Oh, silver away. Welcome.
Joe Bonsall, who was the lead singer for the Oaks,
he
passed away there last month. Yep, got gorgeous day here, as we talked about earlier. As there's the steeple, the church just off of turns 1 and 2.
Isn't this just a great setting? I mean, it's become one of our favorite tracks in. Obviously well known for sprint cars, but also the side of Kyle Larson's, his first career win in a late model here 4 years ago tomorrow night.
Oh, my gosh. Was it
That's hard to believe. Yeah, 4 years, 2020.
Oh, man, you're old.
Yeah, I called that one.
Yes, we were here. We were all here for that. Hey,
we were here for that.
The E3 Spark Plugs upcoming schedule of events for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Of course, we're back here tomorrow night for the $50,000 to win Rumble by the River, and then we make our way to Portsmouth Raceway Park for the River Days Rumble. It'll be you on the call, Chuck Greenslate. He'll be on the call for the support classes. He'll be pit reporting for us that night as well.
He's a 52-year-old welder from Ironton.
Yeah. Married, has 3 kids, and a dog named Fluffy. Tyler County for the Hillbilly 100. Carl Short's Hillbilly 100 the following night. Off for the world. Take the following weekend off, and then we're back in action for the Lucas Oil Knoxville Late Model National, September 19th, 20th, and 21st, and that's when we will lock in our Big River Steel Chase for the Championship 4, presented by ARP. Brownstown doubleheader, actually a triple header by the time you throw the Flow Night in America in there on Wednesday. Thursday will be off. Friday, James, I know you're looking forward to this one, the C.J. Rayburn Memorial.
Absolutely.
At the James Essex House of Power. And then, of course, the biggest race in the history of Brownstown Speedway. $50,000 to win this year for the Jackson 100. And another one I'm looking forward to, man. The Night and the Stars come out as back at Atomic. The Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Kubota High Limit Racing doubleheader. And then we will be at the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Motor Speedway for the Pittsburgher this year. A 2-day show, complete show Friday.
You and I will be there, right? Will Ben be there?
No, Ben will not. But you'll be up top. I'll be pit reporting that one.
All right. And don't forget tomorrow night, UNOH Grade 8. Tomorrow night. The top point man, which right now is Ricky Thornton Jr., $7,500. And in positions 2 through 8, they're going to get $1,500 each. So $18,000 total will be paid out after tomorrow night for the UNOH Grade 8 thing. Many thanks to UNOH.edu.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
That's actually a good segue into taking a look at the Big River Steel Chase for the championship, presented by ARP with RTJ out front. 245 points is the advantage over Devin Moran and then Jonathan Davenport. We've talked about it for the last couple months, James. That battle for fourth is getting intense with just a few races left before we decide the championship 4.
Right, and then Mike Marler, boy, he's had some tough luck. Of course, running 4th in the Topless 100 last week. Mechanical issues the other night. Leading a heat race at Lernerville in the Castro FloRacing Not in America. Garrett Alberson, he's been right there, 3rd in the Topless 100. And there you see the rest of the top 10. As far as the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year standings, DJ, it's still a 95-point deficit between 1st and 2nd as Drake Troutman and Clay Harris, neither one of them were around at the end last week at Batesville.
Yep.
Then you have Brendan Smith, Corey Lawler, and Carson Ferguson had battle for that $20,000 prize, $10,000 in contingencies.
That's awesome.
With the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, DJ.
That is awesome, man. There it is, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year standings heading into this weekend's Rumble by the River. Well, James, we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the upcoming events here on FloRacing over the course of the next couple weeks. We got a lot of good ones coming up here on Flow. It's just that time of year. Man, American Flat Track, those guys nuts? They're nuts.
They are.
I don't know.
Where are they at next week?
Well, they are.
I know I have.
They're at the Springfield Mile next week.
You had to squint to read that.
Yeah, I just got my magnifying glass out.
I missed the big monitors we had at Florence night one. Free.
Castrol FloRacing Night in America kicks off. The rescheduled Castrol Flow Racing Night in America event at Eldora kicks off the 54th World 100. You'll be pit reporting, you and Norris.
That's right. I'll be Jamie Little. I'll have my ponytail in full force that night with my hat on. But yeah, looking forward to that, and can't wait. What a big weekend. And of course, the format. I've been trying to read the format a couple times in the world.
Yes, they got the so they qualify everyone, and then they run qualifiers. No B mains, qualifiers. They take the top X number of cars out of the qualifiers.
No odd and even,
and that's no odd and even. Hey, by the way, Kubota High Limit back here in just a few weeks. They're going to be here for the Tuscarora. You talk about big events in Port Royal. That's coming up the same weekend, September 5th, 6th, and 7th. And our good friends over at USAC, they'll be at the Wingless Short Track Nationals at the Texarkana 67 Speedway that weekend. Good stuff coming up here on Flow Racing. We got good stuff coming up here at Port Royal in just a few moments as they get the track ironed out and just about ready to go for Dirt Draft Hot Laps here this evening. And as they do that, we'll use this opportunity to thank the folks that make this broadcast a possibility. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and you're watching it all live. This is MAV TV on Flow Racing.
Welcome back to Port Royal Speedway, the Rumble by the River on a beautiful Friday evening here in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. A jam-packed pit area, so much so we've had to put some cars in the infield, and we're moments away from Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And I tell you what, when you talk about the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series in this event, 15 events, 11 different winners. Hudson O'Neal, who picked up two wins last year, the winningest driver in the history of a series here with 3. Tim McCready with two wins. Jonathan Davenport with 2. We'll see tonight if we can get a 12th different winner of a 16th event all-time here at Port Royal Speedway with the series. And I tell you what, guys, we're also seeing a lot of other new stuff, like the new Flow swag, the merchandise. Everybody's always looking for it. And I tell you what, a videographer, Adam Martz, he's even scored one of those new FloRacing shirts. We've had some recent sales. There's more to come, but right now, shopflowsports.com. You can head over there and you can pick up some of this great swag like our great staff's wearing here tonight at Port Royal Speedway. And I tell you what, even better, the racetrack's wearing some race cars, DJ and James, as we've got cars on the racetrack. Earl Hoon Jr. is going to be joining us on the call. And I tell you what, Earl, the time has come. The engines are roaring. Let's get this weekend underway at the port.
Thank you, Ben. Yeah, welcome everyone here to the Port Royal Speedway. You can see the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models making their way out on to the Speedway. They're going to help us iron in and put the final touches out there on the racetrack before we cut them loose for this evening's hot lap sessions. But like the boys alluded to, we are literally busting at the seams. That's how many cars we have out in the outer pit area to where we had to move some cars down into the infield. But there is a very important person that I would like to introduce all you race fans to. That is Mark Zimmerman. Mark owns Zimmerman Truck Repair and Zimmerman Trucking. Obviously, everyone knows Zimmerman Truck Repair is the presenting championship sponsor for our limited late models throughout the 2024 season. But Mark Zimmerman, along with a bunch of other families and friends, and I think Kenworth of Pennsylvania, were able to help out to make this a lucrative purse here for what the Zimmerman Truck Repair late models are running to. And Mark, on behalf of everyone here at the Port Royal Speedway, welcome to the Speed Palace.
All right, thank you, Earl. Thank you for having us.
I tell you what, you did a lot of legwork during the offseason and the upcoming months to really make your father's race into something what it is today.
Correct. Like I said, we've tried to make this the biggest and best race in the limited series, and I think we've definitely achieved that. I can't think of a more appropriate way to honor my father, because that's how he always lived, the big and the best.
No doubt about it. And we honor your father here tonight. So while it is quiet, for maybe the race fans that are new here, maybe don't know exactly who your father is and what he did.
Like I said, well, my father was a second generation of Zimmerman Truck Lines, first of Zimmerman Truck Repairs. Like I said, was a trucker all his life, and like he always said, he liked to drive and was fortunate to have a business. So like him, myself, like I said, we're blessed with many families. You know, I'm blessed with my son, my wife, and our blended family. Our Zimmerman Truck Lines family, our repairs family, and just all in all, just with the fan base and everything that we have, like I said, it just makes it a tribute, appropriate to honor my father this way.
And you guys do such a great job, and you were able to start the Zimmerman Memorial just a few seasons ago. Like I said, on behalf of everyone here at the Port Royal Speedway, thank you, and thank you to the family for everything you guys do here each and every week that the Zimmerman Truck Repair limited late models are in competition here at the Port Royal Speedway. And you're not done yet. I told you I'd get you up here to interview you while we cut the first hot lap group underway here, but you're gonna have some big things planned for the race fans and also during opening ceremonies.
Correct. Like I said, we're going to be running our own power wagon. It was my grandfather's. It's a 1953 Dodge power wagon. We're going to run that around with the flag. Like I said, just one more thing that we can do to add to be honored here. So, like I said, we just wanted this to be a race to brag about. If you win, we wanted people to come here to race and be proud to win it. So I think we've achieved that.
I think you did well, and keep up the great work. We'll see you back down in Victory Lane.
Nope, I agree. One last thing, that maybe next year you'll see me in my own car. I keep rubbing Ryan about getting the 71Z car. We'll see if that happens.
Ooh, I like that. Mark Zimmerman may get into a limited late model next year.
We'll see. I'm sure somebody would just roll their eyes. But like I said, one last thing I told you I was going to say, if you got to push it, it's not racing. So like I said,
I think that's very appropriate here this weekend. Mark, like I said, on behalf of everyone here at the Speed Palace, thank you so much for all you do here.
Again, thank you, Earl.
Absolutely. That is Mark Zimmerman, owner of Zimmerman Truck Repair and Zimmerman Trucking, as the checker flag is out on the first hot lap session of the night for the Zimmerman Truck Repair limited late models. Right now, fastest in the first hot lap session will be the 99S of Chad Smith. His best lap was a 20.950 to 0.950. Second quick, Maddox Smith. Third quick, Tommy Slanker. Fourth quick, Colby Fry. And fifth quick right now, Brad McGinnis. As the boys told you, we have 45 drivers signing in to Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Model Competition here tonight. As I was making my way up to the booth, the Mid-Atlantic modified drivers were still signing in, and I think we were close to 30 of them. So a lot of drivers working a 9 to 5, not able to come here early to draw and see where they will start and come out for hot laps and qualifying a little bit later on. But you can see the second flight of hot laps making their way out right now, and also bring in my co-announcer here at the Port Royal Speedway, Brad Strasser. Brad, we'll get you a headset, get you hooked up here. As you see him pacing down the back straightaway, he's from Hagerstown, Maryland in the 81. That's Eddie Cornett. Eddie Cornett in the 81.
There you have car number 8 out of Newville, PA, in the Salage Market, Nokian Tires. Features Construction entry, that's Taylor Farling. Taylor Farling in car number 8.
And from Richland in the Black Diamond chassis, Cessna Racing Engines, Allgaier Performance, Baker Outlaw Fuels, 62, that's Devin Fry. Devin Fry in the 62.
There you have Brian Booz in the B2. Metzler Auto Truck and Trailer, Seppico Mark Palmer Construction, F&J Industrial entry out of Marion, PA. That's Brian Booz.
And then there goes the 136 of David Pangrazio. He's from Elba, New York, in the Wicked Cool Powder Coating, Pro Performance Chassis, BEP Salvage, Close Racing Supply 136 going into turns 3 and 4.
There goes the 118.
Sean Merkel.
Yes, that's Sean Merkel in the 118. There you got the 00. That is Andy Anderson out of Bunk Hill, West Virginia in the Harry Scheid Motorsports. Anderson Property Management, Penske by JDS entry heading into turn 3.
Track starting to get faster here during the second hot lap session of the evening. Right there you have Matt Adams in the 14 from Edders. You will see the checkered flag as this will conclude the second hot lap session of the evening, and track is getting faster, Brad, because right now Andy Anderson in the 00, he's going to be fastest overall. His fastest lap was a 20.733 to 0.733.
Devin Wyatt was second quick with a 20.796. Then you got Taylor Farling third with a 29.46. Chad Smith in a 99S 20.950 puts him fourth quick. And Brian Booz, the top 5 in the B2 with a 20.952. A
couple drivers doing double duty here tonight between the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series and the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models. Big money on the line all weekend, Brad, as this is the Rumble by the River. Don't forget, we still have seats available if you'd like to purchase a reserve seat here in the main grandstands for tomorrow's $50,000 to win feature event for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. If you'd like to purchase a reserve seat, you can go to our website at www.portroyalspeedway.com. Look for the tab for the Rumble by the River to purchase your reserve seat.
You said about drivers doing double duty. There you got one of them. He comes out of Middleburg, PA. That's the Stein Trucking, Strauss Electric, Windview Trucking, Bachman Auto Body, car number 2. Andrew Yoder. Andrew Yoder in car number 2.
And from Three Springs, in the Book Construction, Long's Tire Sales, Tom Covert Logging, Brotner Performance 19. That's Danny Atherton. Danny Atherton in the 19.
And then out of Greencastle, in the all-diesel equipment, Hardin Graphics, DeHaven Trailer Sales, ARC Racing, car number 1, Gary Stuhler. Gary Stuhler in car number 1.
And you have Devin Hart there in the 33K from right here in Port Royal.
The D19 at Dillon Stake out of Mapleton Depot. The Barron's Race Engines, Wagner Excavating, Tin Man Body Shop, Penske by JDS. Entry. He's coming up to speed off of turn number 4.
Solid 45 late models signed in for limited late model competition here tonight. This is the Ron Zimmerman Memorial. One of the biggest limited late model races we have all year long. And this is the highest car count, Brad, we have all year long for the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models.
Yeah, a lot of interest behind this race. A lot of big money races coming up for them between this one and then they've got the Butch Runninger Memorial coming up. So much money up for grabs. We've got a lot of drivers from out of state, New York, West Virginia, all over here to compete with the limited late models this evening.
So the checkered and yellow flags coming out simultaneously. And there you see him about to make that hard left-hand turn into the pit area. He is the driver now on top of the pylon. That's the D19 of Dillon Stake. He's fastest overall. Oh, by the way, he's the only driver to break into the 19-second bracket. His fast lap was a 19.734, 19.734.
Andrew Yoder second quick with a 20.075. Wesley Bonebreak third quick, 20.176. Casey Steinhoff fourth with a 20.229. And George Dixon rounds out the top 5, a 20.275.
First driver to make his way down the main straightaway. He's from Mifflintown in the Zimmerman Truck Repair Zook's Tax Service Terror Farm Driding 28Z. That's Ryan Zook. Ryan Zook in the 28Z.
There you have car number 21 of Matt Murphy out of Bel Air, Maryland in the JSI Automotive Maryland Collision Center entry. Matt Murphy in the 21M.
18-star Matt Cochran about to make his way down the back straightaway. He's from Williamsport in the Garage Crawl Cochran Towing Welding Unlimited Joe Wilcox Performance Nut Monkey Tools 18-star.
Next up, that's the 22 of Chase Billett out of Dover, Pennsylvania. Chase Billett in the 22.
Tyson Mowry in the 12M. From Selinsgrove, then Donnie's Automotive, Trevor Teets Drywall, Phil Miller Racing Engines, Integra Shocks, 12M about the green flag.
There you got the 121 out of Landisville, PA, New York PB Trust, Leslie Lumber Company, Franco Caruso's Italian Pizza. That's Tristan Niederer in the 121.
Right on cue in the 15 going into turn 3. That driver is from Three Springs in the Jimmy Stevens, Bratner Performance 15, Matt Parks. Matt Parks in the 15.
Parks is trailed closely by car number 11 out of Louisville, PA, in the Dillman Hall Penske Supply. Eric Stress from Sun Distributors, Aviator Financial, car number 11. That's Jackson Garman. Jackson Garman in the 11.
And final car out there in this hot lap session. He is from Mifflintown in the Grassmeyer Auctioneering, MHT Transport, Franco Fabrication, Richie Sandblasting 23. That's Lane Snook. Lane Snook in the 23.
There you have Mead Hahn in the 7H out of Millerstown, PA, MGM Mechanical, Jackass Distilling, Trivia Construction, Blonde Empire entry. As checkered flag is out on that session of hot laps, Matt Parks finds his way to the top of the board with a 19.675, fastest in that group and fastest overall.
Top 5 fastest drivers all in the 19-second bracket. Ryan Zook second, Dillon Stake third, Lane Snook fourth, and DJ Myers fifth quick so far in hot laps for the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models. So we're going to get these drivers back into the pit area. We're going to take a short commercial break, but when we return, we are going to have Dirt Draft Hot Laps for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series here for night number 1 of the Rumble by the River here at the Port Royal Speedway.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Port Royal, Pennsylvania for the Rumble by the River, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Whether you're here on the grounds or watching at home, we are glad that you are with us.
When was the last time we had a race that we didn't check our weather app, right? It's going to be beautiful all weekend long. Tomorrow night we're running for $50,000. Tonight's $10,000. They are two separate shows. Tonight's Impact, nothing on for tomorrow night. So it's a separate show altogether, and both are national championship points. Well, the 157 will lead them out here in the Dirt Draft Group number 1, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He is in the Bennett Explosive Skyline Motorsports Center. That'll be Mike Marlar. Mike Marlar out of Winfield, Tennessee, in car 157. DJ behind him. Driver won the opening night here back earlier this year. That's the 7, the Stokely Materials Hardscrabble Sussex Construction entry. That'll be Ross Robinson. Ross Robinson out of Georgetown, Delaware, Dustin.
It is. Behind him is going to be the new deal, Hudson O'Neal. He won the Rumble by the River 1 year ago. He's in that SSI Motorsports Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling Wheeler Metal sponsored number 71, and he will be followed by the driver of the number 20, a two-time winner this year. That is going to be Trevor Feathers out of Winchester, Virginia, in the George Hughes Cars McFarland Custom Painting and Wall Covering sponsored number 20.
Team Zero by McDowell, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. I got a win in the Team Zero car there just last week, by the way.
There you go, the number 9 car. That'll be Hayes Mattern. Hayes Mattern is currently here at Port Royal, 3rd in the points here on a weekly basis at the Port. They have not, by the way, Dustin, they have not run a late model race here since July the 13th because of scheduling or weather or whatever. The 1Z car, that'll be Logan Zarin. Logan Zarin comes to us out of Moon Township, Pennsylvania, in the 1Z car, the Valvoline entry for his father, Jim Zarin.
There's Ron Zink. Or Ron Fink, rather.
Ron Zink.
I was looking at the EZ1. Ron Fink. It's a Cornet-powered rocket chassis. By the way,
you called him Randy Fink.
I called him Randy Fink earlier. It's a brand new wrap on the side of that race car for that EZ1. St. Jude's Children Research and Holding Hands for Haley Foundation. We'll talk more about that. And James, there's the 15 of Scott Flickinger.
Finally makes an appearance. He always appears on my race pass as the fastest qualifier here at Port Royal. But glad to have him with us here tonight. And also on the track, the 4, the veteran driver, the Hall of Famer, the Mark Langenfelder entry. That is Gary Stuhler. Gary Stuhler out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Gary is currently
what if his middle name is Lee? What if it's Gary Lee Stuhler?
In his 49th year of racing, he is currently 7th in the points here at Port Royal.
Yes, he is.
Gary Stuhler.
Yes, he is. Mike Marlar right now the quickest in this session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. All right, did you set your Dirt Draft lineup tonight?
We got to do all Pennsylvania, don't we?
All Pennsylvania all the time.
Well, we did that at Lernerville though back in June.
Well, but this is a different. You're in hardcore posse country.
I'll go with Keith Kaufman. Can I put Keith Kaufman? He's going to be here tonight.
Keith Kaufman is
the all-time sprint car driver here.
He's probably in the suite just over here to our left is where he usually hangs out. If you go into the Keith Kaufman suite, you may or may not see a very familiar autograph on that door.
Oh, did you do that?
I back when the Rodell Dora, absolutely.
Hey, I'll put the pit steward here at Port Royal on trying to park all these cars.
Yes.
There's 123 cars total in just 3 classes here, by the way.
Parking spaces for about 100.
Yes.
Masterful job. Hudson O'Neill is the fastest in that session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps as he brings the SSI Motorsports entry over to the UNOH Tech and Scale area. You get a look at it, and we're going to roll the next group of drivers on the Speedway. Again, a complete racing program here this evening, and another complete racing program here tomorrow. Of course, a little different format this year. We ran we did
double
features last year. And they're going to be led out by the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader in the Bobby and Jessica Kohler Motorsports Cornet-powered Longhorn, the Ultimate Towing and Environmental Services 20RT. That is going to be Ricky Thornton Jr., a previous winner. Actually won the Lucas Oil race here back in April.
Yes, sir.
And he'll be followed by the current track points leader and defending track champion, the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer. That's going to be Rick Eckert in the Dryden PPC Lubricants SL Schinberger Dump Truck Service sponsored number 0.
And the 18D, the James, Jennifer, and Justin Ratliff owned car out of Campbellsville, Kentucky. He hails out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, in the Grant Lee Farms, JR Motorsports, MGL Auto Sales. That is Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, as I mentioned. Currently 8th with 1 win this year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. How about Cody Leiter back with us here? He was back with us in April in the number 25 car here tonight with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Are those tiger stripes? What exactly?
Yes.
Cody, I
well,
like
it's it's a little Chubzilla-ish.
It's orange. You like orange.
I like orange.
And blue. I know that.
I do like orange and blue. Yeah.
If that's one thing I learned on the broadcast the other night, orange and blue. You like that?
I do like orange and blue.
Dylan Cece, he's not here tonight.
The 18 Star is not here tonight, unfortunately. No, I do like that race car, though. But you know who is here is Kyle Lee, and he's rolling into your screen right now, the Mercersburg, Pennsylvania driver, the D&D Auto Recycling, Truzia, Gunner's Honey, Sweetsies, Eats and Treats.
I like it.
Yes.
I like it.
Hey, good run the other night for Justin Can in the 66. We're glad to have him with us over at Lernerville in that Border Financial, GNR Excavating Demolition, K&K Seal Coating sponsored rocket chassis. And there's the 99, the driver that comes into the event. James second in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point standings. That's Devin Moran.
Devin Moran sporting a Clements power plant tonight. By the way, tied tomorrow night is an Arizona Sports Shirts Crown Jewel Cup race. And that'll be worth $15,000 to the top point man, and that in December at our awards bank. By the way, Devin Moran and Jonathan Davenport are tied for that. It'll also be a Brandon Ford TV race tomorrow night. DJ Ricky Thornton Jr. leads Devin Moran by 45 points in that race for another $15,000. How about Tyler Dietz out of Saxonburg, PA in the 77 car with us here tonight at Port Royal?
Yeah, I didn't have Tyler Dietz on my bingo card, but good to see the Western Pennsylvania driver, the driver that finished the year 4th in the Lernerville Speedway point standings, make the trip over. RTJ right now, quickest in this session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps with a 17.900. There's a good look at Devin Moran. Again, he comes in second. You got the top 2 in Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point standings. Right now in this session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps, there's the Coltman Farms Racing Hoker Trucking 20RT of Ricky Thornton Jr.
Yeah, he's in line for $7,500 cash tomorrow night. After that, it'll be the UNOH Grade 8. And Thornton currently, again, as you mentioned, sporting that Midwest Sheet Metal, 13 wins this year. The last 2 have been for Kohler Motorsports. And Chris Madden, the crew chief on that car, DJ Williams and Ricky Arnold on the crew of that 20RT as our next group rolls out here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. I've got to go with Kaufman Danny Dietrich. He was in a late model here, wasn't he?
Yes, he did.
I swear I saw him in a late model.
He was in a late model at the, wasn't it the Saggy Tribute, I think, at Hagerstown.
The Frank Saggy Tribute. Yeah, yes, congratulations to Alan and everything for his dad's race there.
Yeah.
There's the 6 car, currently second in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase, the Wilkerson Farms Rocket. That'll be Clay Harris. Clay Harris out of Jupiter, Florida, and the Ken Harris owned car. The 06 car, he was not with us here in the month of April. Then, the veteran Mike Lupfer in the 06 car. He's out of Shermansdale, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's a Pro Power Longhorn for the Shermansdale, Pennsylvania veteran in the 06. He'll be followed by the driver, the number 20. That's going to be the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens, and the Kohler Motorsports Reese Monument Company Boom Test Well Service sponsored Rocket Chassis. And behind him is going to be the driver of the number 11 AC. That's Trevor Collins, the Seaford, Delaware native. It's a Rocket Chassis, the WWC3 Trucking. C.D. Scott Farms Ed's Auto Center sponsored 11 for Trevor Collins.
Oh, Nelly, Keith Jackson out of Martinsburg, West Virginia in the 11H car. Glad to have him here in the Monolith entry. He was with us back here in April. And good to see Keith back with us here at Port Royal here tonight. Of course, long time. We've seen him many, many times, of course, at Hagerstown and tracks like that, but always glad to see. By the way, in the top 10 of the points here at Port Royal, DJ, all 10 are here this weekend. So thank you for the support local. Well, the last time we saw Alex Ferree back in June, he was over the bank at Lernerville, but he's got that number 1 Cochran for Lynn Geisler. By the way, he got here like at 3 o'clock. What is up with that?
He joked with us. He said he can show up at Lernerville late because he only lives, 5 miles down the road in Saxonburg. He says, there's Danny Snyder in the 4S, the Kryptonite race car. He's out of Green Lane, Pennsylvania. The Virtual Essence Hair Design, Snyder's Mobile Wash sponsored entry. And Boom Briggs, Boom's got he's digging into the ground. He's got it looks like a flat right front tire on that 99B. As you saw it digging into the ground, almost has to be a flat right front on the driver of the Dave Warren Power Sports Excess Storage. Briggs Transport, Corey Rubber Corps sponsored number 99B there. The driver that was quickest in that session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps, James Jimmy Owens with a 1:8.177. Trevor Collins, shout out to him, his second quick with a 1:8.415. Did you get some Packers concessions earlier?
No, are they throwing in some extra money tonight? I have not heard of
it. I don't know that they are, but I mean they spot not outside of being the track concessions here. I do know they sponsor a lot of events and things here at the Speedway.
Sometimes they add into the Todd Steele Building's hard charger, and I don't know. Maybe that or some cotton candy.
They could add in a cheeseburger up here for me, and that'd be all right with that. Next group of cars going to make their way on the Speedway, and they're going to be led out by the driver out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania. That's Mason Ziegler in the green lane. JLE Industries, Imperial River Transport sponsored number 25Z. Behind him will be the newly crowned Topless 100 champion. That is T-Mac Tim McCready in the Valvoline Swayber Calf Ranch's Petroff Towing Rocket 1. Just got his second win of the year 1 week ago at Batesville, Arkansas.
His 38th career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Behind him, the 48 car. That'll be Colton Flinner, the 2016 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series Rookie of the Year out of Allison Park, Pennsylvania, in that River Salvage number 48 car. Also on the racetrack, there's the 22 car. Keep an eye on him this weekend. Several wins over the last few years. Of course, that's the Satterley Motorsports entry. Robbie Allen turning the wrenches. Greg Satterley, the truth, out of Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Justin Weaver going to be the next car on your screen. Behind him, the Williamsport, Maryland driver, the Pro Power Longhorn, the Larry Royston Racing. Knowles Fire Protection sponsored number 2J. He's got a couple wins here at Port Royal this year, does Justin Weaver. And Brian Bernheisel behind him in the 119, the Laser Chassis, the Uglies Kettle Chips on the side of the silver and green 119 of Brian Bernheisel, a winner at Bedford earlier this year. There's the Bruce Kane Racing 15K. That, of course, is Jamie Latham out of Mechanicsville, Maryland, and the All of Outdoors, Jerry Siding and Roofing sponsored car.
And there's a new car for us.
Yeah, Greg Deal.
Yep, Greg Deal in the 80 car. And with us for the very first time, very clean, sharp-looking race car. Right now, it's Tim McCready here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps 18062.
Another first-timer. Nathan Long, right?
Nathan Long. It's been a while. Sealands Grove Ford, number 63 car.
He has not raced with us this year, correct?
He has not raced with us this year. 51 cars entered here tonight. Tim McCready, the Topless 100 winner, 18062. That was a good win last week, wasn't it? I mean, that was good to see, and he was solid. And that was a very good race, I thought, last week at Mooney Star's House of Power in Batesville, Arkansas. Yes. It was about 115 degrees, but it was a big crowd. And
you guys had got a monsoon down there last week.
After the race on Friday night, absolutely.
Absolutely. Dirt Draft Hot Laps, you heard us talk about it. If you are not a Dirt Draft subscriber, look, they're not only a sponsor, and we don't just plug them. It's seriously, it's a lot of fun to play. I have set my lineup for tonight. You can go in, and you can set your line up. You get $100,000 in play money, as James likes to call it.
Right.
Stay under the salary cap of $100,000. Pick your drivers. It's only like $5.99 a month to play. It's a lot of fun. It's not just the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Of course, the World of Outlaws late models are on there. You've got high limit racing sprint cars. You got the Outlaw sprint cars. You've got Castrol FloRacing Night in America. Our friends at USAC are on there. It's a lot of fun. If you like fantasy sports, trust me, Dirt Draft is a whole lot of fun. And the next group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps on the track, led out by a driver that lives just about an hour and a half away, James.
Poncho's kid.
Yes, it is.
Out of Hanover, Pennsylvania. That is Corey Lawler. Corey Lawler currently 4th in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. In car number 93, behind him, the 66E, the veteran. That'll be Matt Cosner. Matt Cosner, the RH lap entry out of Ridgely, West Virginia.
He is.
66.
Jason Schmidt's going to be the next driver on your racetrack, the Lewistown, Pennsylvania driver. There he is in the Schmidt's Garage. Euro Auto Breaker sponsored number 11. Behind him, the driver that comes into tonight second in the Port Royal point standings. That's going to be Dylan Yoder, the Strauss Electric Valley Supply Broadband Network sponsored number 24. Chad Julius out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Nope, missed Jonathan Davenport. I don't know how I missed him. The driver that comes into this race third of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series point teams. Cornette Power Plant under the hood tonight of the Double L Motorsports Longhorn. There's Dylan Stake in the D19, the Mapleton Depot driver. A Barron's Power Plant underneath the hood of his rocket chassis, the Wayne's water cooling entry. And there's the number 5 of Chad Julius we talked about just a second ago out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. He draws the Dave Warren Power Sports caution as he has gone around over in turns 3 and 4.
I swore it was Eric Jacobson. Just a plain number 5,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We miss seeing Eric Jacobson.
He's got a flat left rear as well.
He had some
well-picked strawberries on the side of that race car.
Chad Julius at his period. Right now, Jonathan Davenport, the quickest here in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. For this 5th group out of 6, one more left to go.
Did you see that the Devin Moran lowered the track record at Lernerville on Wednesday night? How about that?
He's had a good year. I mean, he struggled a little bit last week, had a couple of flat tires in the topless 100. We're sitting second in that points. And 6 wins this year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Track crews checking the racetrack out. We've got one stopped here on the front straightaway, and I believe it's Andrew Yoder. It is. In the Creekside Auto Sales Stein Trucking Strauss Electric sponsor entry. Ben, down to you.
Yeah, Chad Julius had dialed it up in turns 3 and 4, and the 0 of Andrew Yoder came through, made contact. Could have been a lot worse, but definitely made contact up there. So Julius goes straight back to the pit area, and Yoder's probably making sure he doesn't have more extensive damage on that 0.
Did not Chad Julius' car remind you of Eric Jacobson we were talking about? Just a plain number 5.
I mean,
nothing on it.
If there had been a solid yellow hauler in the pit area and that black number 5 had unloaded, I would have bet good money that Eric Jacobson was in the house. And man, it's been a long time since we've seen the Earthshaker out on the racetrack. It'd be great to see him make a return.
Remember when he had the strawberries on the car, right? I mean, that was just
well-picked
strawberries, yeah.
And that was unbelievable. That was a good unbelievable wrap.
Well, and James, my favorite memory of Eric Jacobson, you were just at Batesville. Batesville, the racetrack, is 8 miles from town. It's in Locust Grove, Arkansas. One of those 100-degree days, we were driving into town. We passed Eric Jacobson on his bicycle, not his Buzz e-bike. He was on a bicycle, and he had rode it into town. And I think he'd gone down that hill into town. And James, as you know, it's tough to drive up that hill, much less on a bicycle. And that was just the kind of health guy that he was.
He wouldn't have made it back to Batesville after Friday night because we had a storm pass through and we had a tree over some power lines and it was pitch black dark all the way back to Batesville.
It just wouldn't be Batesville if it wasn't 100 degrees. Then you had severe weather. So you checked all the boxes. It was officially topless 100 weekend. And Andrew Yoder, right front top flat tire on that 0, and he's got some other body damage you're going to have to repair before All-Star Performance qualifying.
Yeah, and that Larry Bear 0, currently 4th in the points here. Again, Rick Eckert leads the points here at Port Royal, and it's Dylan Yoder, Hayes Mattern, Andrew Yoder, Sean Jones, who we'll see here in a little bit, Brian Bernheisel, Gary Stuhler, Colton Flinner, Dylan Stake, and Trevor Feathers. Winners this year here at the Port. Of course, Ricky Thorne Jr. won the Lucas Oil race, but Ross Robinson won the opener. Colton Flinner, Greg Saturday's won twice. Rick Eckert has won twice, as you mentioned, DJ. Justin Weaver, his first 2 wins, I believe, ever here at Port Royal.
Yeah, season. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, been a pretty decent year for Justin Weaver this year. He also got a limited late model win in Hagerstown earlier this year as well. Jonathan Davenport, fastest in this session of Dirt Draft Hot Laps, a 1:08. 0.109, and they'll throw the yellow on this one, get these drivers back in the pit area, and there's our 5th wave of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. One more group of drivers going to make their way out. Again, 51 entries on hand here this evening. That matches the number of entries that we had at this event 1 year ago.
Very impressive. Continues a good streak. What'll be a 61 at Florence. We had 54 at Batesville, 51 here tonight, as you mentioned. So our average, and we've still got 17 cars, race drivers, and teams with perfect attendance. That's the latest it's ever been here. And all of those are receiving winner circle money as well. Your next group of cars, the 58 car. He is in the Romer Machine, Mesilla Valley Transportation entry. That'll be Garrett Alberson. Garrett Alberson out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, in a Ken and Beth Roberts' own car. Going into turn number 2. Behind him, the 17 SS in the Jim Piscino trucking entry. That'll be driven by Brendan Smith. Brendan Smith currently 3rd in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. He is out of Dade City, Florida in the 17 SS. I believe his dad was coming tonight, Sean. Haven't seen him for a few weeks, but I was talking to Brendan about that race with Austin Lay. Remember that we had on a Thursday night. It was a Thursday night at Florence.
The battle for the
and
last
I said,
transfer.
did you guys even touch? He said, might be a little, but I said, that was an incredible last lap you guys had.
I saw Austin Lay actually post about it on Facebook as well. There's Drake Troutman. He'll be pulling double duty this weekend. The Hindman, Pennsylvania driver. The RFI Resources, Wheeler Fleet Solutions, Certainty, Coltman Farms Racing sponsor number 7. There's another one of our O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year candidates, Carson Ferguson. 3 wins on the year for the driver of the Paylor Motorsports, Franklin Enterprises, Hupak Grading Company sponsored, number 93.
How about Colby Fry back with us? It's been a few years since he's run with us in the Fryco entry, the number 91 car, Max Blair.
Oh, I did not have him on my list. How about that?
Yeah, Colby Fry, Max Blair, of course, the Brad Spochas 111, last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year, currently standing 10th in the championship point. Sean Jones, the 32J, with us here tonight as well, and then Chad Myers, a regular here at Port Royal in car 21 out of Hempstead, Maryland.
It's good looking. The Superfly, Colby Fry.
It's been a while. I would have, I don't know. It might have been Hagerstown. I don't know. It's been a while.
Good.
Good to have him back there.
Not this year.
No. It's
probably
been
back
2 or
when he was
3
driving
years.
the Zero, right?
Yes.
When he was driving the Zero car.
Was it East Bay, wasn't he, for a while there?
Yeah, was that the Larry Bear? Right?
Could have been, right?
The Zero, right? All right,
final
session.
Sean Gingrich, Larry Bear's grandson. He's not.
Yes, Deshaun Gingrich. I have not seen him. Yeah, I've not seen him. You got Sean Jones on the track, by the way, the 32. I saw him out there, the Red Wing Shoes entry. There's Garrett Alberson in the 58. 4 wins this year for the 35-year-old out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. And that's a wrap on Dirt Draft Hot Laps for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Good to see Jason Covert in the pit area. Has to take his daughter back to college tomorrow, I believe.
Well, so he made it. I was texting him earlier. Okay,
he
good.
told me to make sure to mention to say hello to you, but he wanted to see us, and good to have him there. He says he's going to do a little bit more racing come 2025.
Well, there you go. All right, well, next up will be time trials for the limited late models, and as those drivers get staged, we're going to go ahead and step aside and thank the folks once again that make this a possibility. Don't go anywhere. This is the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and this is MAV TV on FloRacing.
And welcome back to MAV TV on FloRacing here at the Port Royal Speedway for night number 1 of the Rumble by the River. As you can see, the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Model starting to stage on the outside of turn number 4 as we are about to get underway with their qualifying here tonight. We mentioned it, 45 drivers signing in for limited late model competition here tonight. We will have Group A, Group B qualifying. Group A will be heats 1 and 2. Group B will be heats 3 and 4. All heads up for their heat race, and that we will explain the format later on throughout the evening. But once again, good evening, everybody. I'm Earl Hoon Jr., Brad Strasser alongside me as we are about to get underway with qualifying here tonight. I want to give you a quick reminder for all you race fans in attendance here at the Speed Palace that the 50-50 girls are making their way through the grounds. With a nice crowd starting to file in here this evening, I got a feeling that the 50-50 jackpot is going to be quite lucrative. So if you see a 50-50 girl making their way around you, make sure you wave them down to purchase a 50-50 ticket. Remember, you can't win if you don't play. Also, quick reminder that there is no smoking or vaping allowed here at the Port Royal Speedway in the grandstands all the way from turn number 4 to turn number 1. Once again, no smoking or vaping is allowed here in the main grandstands. As Brad Strasser, we are about to get underway with tonight's qualifying for the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models.
Yes, cars are on track. First one out, the driver comes from Dover, Pennsylvania, car number 22. That is Chase Billett. He is joined by car number 18, Star Matt Cochran in the Williamsport, PA Garage. Carl Cochran, Towing Welding Unlimited, Joe Wilcox Performance entry. Then you have car number 92 out there from Clear Spring, Maryland, and Zachary Kraus entry. That's Justin Weaver.
So Casey Steinhoff, he will start off with a 20.282, 20.282. Matt Cochran, second quick at a 20.384. Justin Weaver will now go to the top with a 19.895, 19.895. Chase Billett, third quick now at a 20.302. Steinhoff better on his second lap at a 19.773. Matt Cochran, second quick better on his second lap at a 19.823. But Justin Weaver now will go to the top of the pylon with a lap of a 19.727, 19.727.
Coming out now in car number 3B out of Dover, PA, you've got Colby Fry. He's joined by car number 99 of Michael Walls out of St. Thomas, Pennsylvania, in the Stakes Auto Sales entry. And coming up to speed, there goes the 18 star again, Cochran out there in car number 76 out there as well. That is out of St. Thomas, PA, Mason Strait.
Colby 5, fourth quick at a 20.042. Michael Walls, sixth quick at a 20.498. As now the 76 has damage into turns number 3 and 4. That is Mason Strait, not able to get a time here during qualifying for the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models. Heavy front end damage to the 76 machine. So he's gonna have to make that dreaded left-hand turn into the infield here during qualifying.
And actually out there in the 118 team car to Matt Cochran, that's the 118 of Johnny Browse in the 118 star out there in this session.
So we're gonna wind them up and turn them loose one more time. Once again, they're chasing Justin Weaver. Weaver with a fast lap of a 19.727. Johnny Bouse now fifth quick at a 23.083 as you see the white flag. Colby Fry, he improves fourth quick at a 19.954. Michael Walls, he's better on his second lap, fifth quick now at a 20.037. As Johnny Bouse slower on his second lap. Now Colby Fry will go to the top of the pylon on his second lap at a 19.416, 19.416. Wall slower on his second lap at a 20.111, 20.111. Baus will complete his qualifying run. He's better on his second lap, still 7th quick at a 20.327, 20.327. But now Colby Fry at the top of the pylon during qualifying.
There goes car number 13 of Brad McGinnis out of Huntington, PA. He'll be joined by car number 99 out of St. Thomas, Pennsylvania, of Michael Walls. And then you got car number 82 out there joining him. Actually, the 99 is Chad Smith, the 99S, and then the 82 is Andy Fries. Then you got car number 81 of Eddie Cornett, the 4 cars out for their time trials.
So Brad McGinnis, he'll clock in 6th quick at a 20.082. Andy Fries 9th quick at a 20.405. Chad Smith 10th quick at 21.284. But Brian Bruce just bumped him. He's 10th quick now at a 21.194. Brad McGinnis, he'll go up the pylon now 3rd quick at a 19.747. Smith slower in his second lap at a 21.764. Andy Fries now, he's 6th quick at a 19.884. And Brian Booz is better on his second lap, 10th quick at a 20.425.
First one out, that's the 12M of Tyson Mowry. He's out of Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. Then he's going to be joined by the 58M out of Renovo. That is Maddox Smith. Then you got the 33K from right here in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. That is Devin Hart and Gary Stuhler out of Greencastle in car number 1.
Tyson Mowry 10th quick at a 20.363 for his first lap. Maddox Smith 12th quick at a 20.901. Hart Hill clock in 12th quick at a 20.623. Gary Stuhler 8th quick at a 20.285. They will see the checker flag this time by Mowry. He'll move up the scoreboard at 8th quick now at a 20.139. Maddox Smith better on his second lap, 13th quick at a 20.546. Devin Hart, he'll go to 6th quick now at a 19.841. Gary Stuhler improves on his second lap, still 10th quick at a 20.283.
Out comes car number 81. Have him on scoring. We got the 8F of Taylor Farling and the 11M of Jackson Garman out there. Then you got the 21M of Matt Murphy out to take time. Matt Murphy will go 16th quick with a 20.968. Taylor Farling 8th quick with a 19.969. And Jackson Garman, or actually rather that's Spike Moore running car number 11M in the 20.338, put him 14th quick. As he will come across the line, see the checkered flag.
Spike Moore.
Second quick at 19.709, jumping up to second quickest overall. Then out comes car number 23. That is Lane Snook. He'll be joined by car number 136 of David Pangrazio out of New York. Then you got the number 19 of Danny Atherton from Three Springs, Pennsylvania. And car number 44 out of Three Springs, Pennsylvania. That is Sean Shoemaker. Actually, he's out of Mount Union.
Lane Snook clocks in 12th quick at a 20.184, 20.184. Pangrazio from 21st quick now to 21.233. Danny Atherton 18th quick at a 20.553. Sean Shoemaker times in 20th quick at a 20.633. Lane Snook second quick now at a 19.463. Danny Atherton better on his second lap, 16th quick at a 20.415. Sean Shoemaker also improves on his second lap, 13th quick now at a 20.145.
But fastest through session number 1, that would be Colby Fry in the 3B with a 19.416. So now we will move into Group B qualifying for the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models. They'll get Lane Snook there across the scales. But first one 2 come out. You got car number 62, that's Devin Fry out of Richland, Pennsylvania. He'll be joined by car number 72 of Wayne File out of Elverson, Pennsylvania. Car number 40 of Tommy Slanker comes out of York, PA, and car number 33 out of right here in Port Royal, that's Trent Brenneman.
So they will come around to complete lap number 1. Devin Fry will set the pace here in Group B with a 21.126 to 1.126. Now Wayne File, he'll be quickest at a 21.008 to 1.008. Tommy Slanker, he's quick now at a 20.350. And Trent Brenneman will break into the 19-second bracket at a 19.505. Devin Fry better on his second lap, still third quick at a 20.440. Wayne File, fourth quick, better on his second lap at a 20.661. And Tommy Slanker still second quick, however, he was better on his second lap at a 19.724. And Brenneman was slower on his second lap at a 19.566.
These guys do only get 2 laps. They just missed the backstretch exit, so that lap won't count. The 72 of File, he missed the backstretch exit, so again, he'll keep his original 2-lap time, and then he's got to make his way off the backstretch. Same for File. It looked like File ducked towards the backstretch, but maybe got in there a little bit too hot. Those guys now powered it down, so 2 guys just trying to get some more experience in their first time here this season. Next up, car number 21, that is Jacob Piper. He's out of Mercersburg, Pennsylvania. Then you got the 28Z of Ryan Zook out of Mifflintown. Then the 56R out of Shirleysburg, George Dixon, and the 121 of Tristan Nieder out of Landisville, Pennsylvania.
Jacob Piper, third quick at a 19.781. Ryan Zook, fourth quick at a 20.276. George Dixon, fifth quick on his first lap at a 20.329. Tristan Niederer, eighth quick at a 21.522. Jacob Piper, second quick now at a 19.721. Ryan Zook better on his second lap, still fourth quick at a 19.940. George Dixon better on his second lap, still fifth quick at a 20.045. And Tristan Niederer better on his second lap, eighth quick at a 21.496.
And out rolls car number 70J from Greencastle, Pennsylvania. That is DJ Myers. He'll be joined by the driver out of Mapleton Depot, Pennsylvania, in the D19 will be Dylan Stake. Then out comes from Bunker Hill, West Virginia, car number 00 of Andy Anderson. And the 7H from Millerstown, PA. That is Meade Hahn. Your next 4 cars out to take time.
DJ Myers, he'll clock in sixth quick on the first lap at 20.256. Dylan Stake now, he's quick time in Group B at a 19.486. Andy Anderson, he'll clock in ninth quick at a 20.656. Meade Hahn, 11th quick at a 21.276. DJ Myers, third quick now at a 19.705. Dylan Stake will be fast time overall so far of the evening at a 19.300, 19.300 for Dylan Stake. Andy Anderson slower on his second lap at a 20.851. Meade Hahn, he improves on his second lap, still 11th quick at a 20.926. But ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Stake right now fastest overall in qualifying.
Out from Boyertown, Pennsylvania, in car number 118 will be Sean Merkel. He'll be joined by Wayne Schaefer in car number 86 from Mount Pleasant Mills, Pennsylvania. Then you got the 08 of Zach Kaufman. He comes from York, Pennsylvania. Final car out in this session from East Freedom, PA, in car number 88 is Devin Wyatt.
Merkel clocks in 11th quick at a 20.919. Wayne Schaefer 13th on his first lap at a 20.965. Zach Kaufman 8th quick at a 20.221. First lap time for Wyatt 9th quick at a 20.368. Sean Merkel improves on his second lap, 11th quick at a 20.456. So does Schaefer, 14th quick now at a 20.737. Zach Kaufman also improves on his second lap, still 8th quick at a 20.129. And Devin Wyatt will move up the board, 7th quick now at a 20.013. That's 20.013.
This driver comes out of Middleburg, Pennsylvania in car number 2. It'll be Andrew Yoder. He'll be joined out there this time by car number 11 from Elliotsburg, Pennsylvania. This time it's Jackson Garman. And then you got car number 37 from Hagerstown, Maryland, Wesley Bonebrake. The 3 cars out on the track at this time.
Andrew Yoder, first lap, 16th quick at a 21.019. Garmin, 8th quick at a 20.037. Wesley Bonebrake, 11th quick at a 20.194. As they will come around to complete their final laps for qualifying. Andrew Yoder improves 7th quick now at a 19.947. Garmin, he'll go 6th quick at a 19.822. And how about it, Wesley Bonebrake, he'll also improve on his second lap. 10th quick now at a 20.021.
Coming up to speed out of Edders, Pennsylvania in car number 14 will be Matt Adams. And what should be the final car to take time here in limited late model qualifying comes from Three Springs, Pennsylvania. And car number 15, it is Matt Parks. Right now the time to beat set by the D19 of Dylan Stake with a 19.300. First lap time for Adams comes in 19th quick with a 20.949. Sits himself 19th quick overall. Parks, he'll come around to trip the clock. And he will go 13th quick, a 20.146 for Matt Parks. Checkered flag will come out here for the 14 of Matt Adams, looking to improve on his second lap. Slower, a 20.953. He'll stay 20th quick as Parks will see the final checkered flag for limited late model qualifying, and he will go slower, a 20.615. He'll keep his 20.146, staying 13th overall.
So Dylan Stake, he is fastest overall during qualifying for the Zimmerman Truck Repair Limited Late Models for the Ron Zimmerman Memorial. Stake is going to start his night off $500 strong, courtesy from Zimmerman Truck Repair. So once again, Dylan Stake, fastest overall. He will take home $500 to kick off the night. Well, that is going to complete qualifying here this evening for a limited late model competition. We're going to get all these drivers, 45 drivers signing in tonight for a limited late model competition. We're going to get them back into the pit area. And as you see them taking their time outside turn 4, we are indeed going to take a break up here. But when we return, we will go into qualifying for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Once again, we'd like to thank all you at home for tuning in on MAV TV on FloRacing for night number 1 of the Rumble by the River.
For the Rumble
There, I can
by
hear you.
the River. Yes, you could not hear me a second ago.
Hey, presented by UNOH. Thanks for them for coming on board this weekend, University of Northwestern Ohio. And, of course, they sponsor our scales as well. We'll have the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. Did you feel sorry for Chris Moore last week at Batesville? It's 100 degrees, and we're down there making pit stops, and you can't see.
Yeah.
Right? It's dark.
So I was asking
did a good job.
I was asking if it was hotter than our race at Eagle, where the heat index was like 114.
Well, Lernerville was back in June
That was a firecracker.
But we're blessed with the Lucas Oil Series to be going to Port Royal and Lernerville. I mean, those are the two national. That's us. We're the national series of both tracks as far as late models are concerned. So we appreciate it, the Thompson family and Steve O'Neill and his entire group here at Port Royal. Again, tomorrow night we'll run for $50,000. Don't forget, autograph session tomorrow afternoon.
Are you in that?
No, I am not. I signed a couple for you. You and I signed a couple. I signed a couple for you this afternoon.
Did you? I signed a checkered flag. I signed a T-shirt and took a few selfies with people.
Well, fans are great. Fans are great everywhere we go, and we appreciate it.
Got called Ben once. Got called Michael once.
Michael?
Yeah, Mike. It was Mike. Be like Mike.
Rigsby or Norris?
Yes. Yes.
Well, me and Chuck Greenslade will be at Portsmouth next Saturday night. Come on out if you can't. Watch it here on MAV TV on FloRacing. And you and I will be at Tyler County for the Carl Shorts Hillbilly 100, $30,000 to win next Sunday. And in all four of us, me, you, Ben, I guess Weaver will be there too, Randy Weaver, and Mike Norris at Eldora.
Yes, that's right. That's going to be fun.
It's going to be
fun,
like a
man.
month long, and it seems like, doesn't it? Castro FloRacing Night in America, of course, coming up on Wednesday.
Thursday, of course, September 5th.
Right.
A celebration of somebody's birthday.
Oh, you?
Dan Hudson. Oh, I was thinking Hudson.
You and
I was thinking Hudson O'Neill, but yes, it is.
You
mine
and
as well.
Hudson share the same birthday.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, and of course the celebration of life for Scott Bloomquist coming up on that Saturday. And that'll be the 7th of August, a very emotional time for all of us, obviously. I can't think, guys, when I saw Greg Saturday come in, that battle a couple years ago in the Lucas Oil race at Hagerstown, Maryland,
yeah.
where Saturday passed 0 on the last lap to get the win, and the crowd went absolutely nuts. But, man, we're going to miss him, and celebration of life there. Yeah,
you guys did great at Batesville.
I appreciate that. Appreciate all the fans reaching out to me this week, and hey, I mean, all-time winningest driver in the Lucas Oil Series, all-time winningest driver in the Have a Tampa Series, and 3-time Lucas Oil champion. So I believe Dale McDowell's going to talk, Mark Richards, Ariel, good to have Ariel Bloomquist will be there as well.
Cool.
So
very cool.
Prayers continue out for the Scott's family.
It's going to be a big day, big day, and as you'd mentioned, a big week at Eldora Speedway. As there's a look at the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series drivers getting staged, and I believe Ron Fink is going to be out on the racetrack first by himself. And again, you're going to see St. Jude's Children's Research and Holding Hands for Haley Foundation on the side of that race car. And I talked to Ron down there in the pit area a little bit earlier, and he said, I want you guys to make it a point. He said, these aren't sponsors. He said, they don't give me anything. He said, it's quite the opposite. He said, I do whatever I can to try to give back to them. So,
and a minimum of $2,500 in proceeds and winnings. He gives all of his winnings to them, and very, very nice. And Ron Fink, by the way, did you know he's a professional bass fisherman? Did you know that?
I did know that. Yes, I did.
Cumberland, Maryland is his hometown. Easy out. Tree Express, Nelson Auto Sales, RH Lap Mechanical. It's a Rocket Cornet. Again, he will be the first car out to qualify here tonight in All-Star Performance Time Trials.
What's the track record here? Do you have that?
I sound like Scott, don't I? Going to miss that. Okay, let's see what we got here. I think it was on our Facebook page.
Okay. You look that up. Ron Fink is going to make his way out.
You're Ron Fink.
The Cumberland, Maryland driver, that's right. It's, what is it, Earl? 17470 by Jeff Ryan. There you go. 17470, James, by Jeff Ryan.
Jeff Ryan, of course, in the 92 car usually, and he's been running down at Bedford. So Ron Fink will be up first.
I bet he set that in the 2J. The 2J. That's my guess. Yeah. There you go. There you go. All right, Ron Fink.
Gonna come around. Ron Fink. What do we got?
19614. 19614. The first lap time for the Cumberland, Maryland driver. Again, Ron asking to if he could, and Ron knows that my stuff maybe not up there, my talent not up there with some of the other guys. I would like to have the track to myself for All-Star Performance time trials, and so he does a couple loop-de-loops down there in the Nutrien Ag Solution starting zone, and so he will stand on a 19.614. Ron Fink sets the early bar for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
All right, so Ron, that's a Rocket Cornet, so he's got a pretty good hot rod there, but let's see the replay here on MAV TV on FloRacing as our next four will make their appearance out here.
4 at a time.
I give him props for coming out here.
Absolutely.
You're running against the best of the best. You got 50 other guys you're going to compete against, and he's out here running. I've never driven a car before, so I can't say nothing.
Not only that, I give anybody props that donates back to St. Jude's and everything. I mean, that's I don't care if you fish, if you race, what you do. You're donating money towards an absolutely tremendous cause there.
You talked about the American veterans. Greg Deal, who's here in the 80 car, we'll see that on the front of there. They have fishing tournaments, bass fishing for American veterans, So that's cool. Pretty cool. We'll talk about that later. All right, up next will be Scott Flickinger. He's in the 15. He's out of Elliotsburg, Pennsylvania. The Flickingers heating him north. Rocket Pro Power, followed by Hayes Mattern in the 9. He's out of Beavertown, PA. In the Weekender Potato Chips, Longhorn Clements, and Ross Robinson in the Dutch Star Motorsports, Stokely Materials, Commonwealth Equipment, Rocket Clements, and Logan Zarin. Is he after the onesie, the Jim Zarin Valvoline Rocket Pro Power entry?
All right, Hayes Mattern, 1:8.429 his first lap, and trouble for Ross Robinson already as the 7 is off the pace. He's got something amiss maybe on the right side of that race car, on the right front of that race car, and that's a tough break for the Georgetown, Delaware driver who does have a win here at Port Royal earlier this season. So he has yielded to the inside of the Speedway and will not get a qualifying lap. And meanwhile, Logan Zarin out there is just now going to get the green flag. So Hayes Mattern a 1:8.429. Scott Flickinger 19.228. Logan Zarin that was actually the white flag. His first lap a 1:9.380. You see there on the left side of your screen. And Ross Robinson did register a lap, but it was hovering at the 22nd mark. Logan Zarin's second lap is his best, 1:8.752. So after the first 5 drivers, it's going to be Hayes Mattern with the early time to beat, Ben.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ross Robinson, looks like he caught some of that cushion. The nose, the bottom of it's folded under a bit, and that's why he shut it down. They'll get that repaired and ready for heat race action.
All right, Ben, thank you very much. It'll be...
Yeah, real quick, James, that was only the 1 lap. Logan Zarin only got 1 registered lap, so that's why he's back out on the Speedway. I thought I saw the green flag wave instead of the white. So the Hookstown, Pennsylvania driver of the number 1Z, currently second in the ULMS late model point standings in that Pro Power Rocket, the All-American Framers Valvoline, Napa Auto Parts, Lavelle Enterprises sponsor entry, comes off corner number 4, and his best lap is a 1:8.752. Right now that is second quick. Hayes Mattern, the early time to beat after 5 with a 1:8.429.
His dad, Jim, of course, longtime competitor, especially at Pittsburgh's Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. Gary Stuhler should be next in the 4-car, DJ. He's at the Mark Langenfelder entry out of Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Langenfelder Mechanical, Maple Grove Machining, Rocket Clements, followed by the 20 in the Team 0 by McDowell entry. That'll be Winchester, Virginia's Trevor Feathers. The Caulfield Graphics, Barnes Custom Painting, North River Farms, Shane McDowell Racing entry, followed by the 157 in the Skyline Motorsports entry. That'll be Mike Marler at Winfield, Tennessee, the Truck Country, Mississippi Valley Transportation, Bennett Explosives, Longhorn Clements, and Hudson O'Neill in the SSI Motorsports, Big River Steel, Wheeler Metals, Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Westside Tractor Sales, Longhorn Clements.
Yes, you did well. That's the next 4 drivers on the track. Hudson O'Neill going to go to the top of the leaderboard on lap number 1. Checker flag flies for Gary Stoller. His best lap is good enough for 7th quick, 1:9.340. Trevor Feathers' best lap, 5th quick, 1:9.005. Mike Marler checks in 3rd fastest, a 1:8.644. And Hudson O'Neill now lays down the time to beat James with a 1:8.414. So after 9 cars, Hudson O'Neill, Hayes Mattern, Mike Marler are your new top 3. That'll send the next 4 drivers out on the racetrack. It should be the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. We should also have the 2 of Dan Stone, the 25K of Cody Leiter, and the 99 of Devin Moran.
Ricky Thorne Jr., he's in the Bobby and Jessica Kohler. That's the Capital Waste. Traffic Control Safety Systems, Ultimate Towing and Repair, Ultimate Motorsports and RV Park, Longhorn Cornet. Dan Stone in the BA Custom Enters, Longhorn Big Hill for Super Deuce Racing. Cody Leiter, he's in the Crawl Works. And
can't read your writing.
Mifflin Town Metal Works, that's a Rocket Miller. And then Devin Moran and the Rogers Sellers Double Out Motorsports, Longhorn Clements tonight. Big River Steel, Ace RV, and C&W Trucking. I was looking for that spot. Is it Asher's? It's Asher's Chocolate Company. How could I miss a chocolate company?
I have no idea. Ricky Thornton Jr. didn't miss a beat, though. He checks in quick time, 1:8:097. Devin Moran, second quick. Best lap, 1:8:352. Cody Leiter's best lap, 10th quick, 1:9:317. And that will do it for that quartet of drivers. So a shakeup in the top three. It's now Ricky Thornton Jr. with the time to beat after 13 cars, 1:8:097.
And this is Group A, so these will be heats 1, 2, and 3 tonight. It'll be Dalton Wilson. He's up next. He's 8th in the points. He's in the James Ratliff, MGL Auto Sales, JR Trucking, the Elliott Keltner Contracting, Innovative Community Solutions, Longhorn Clements, followed by the current points leader here at Port Royal. It'll be Rick Eckert out of New York, Pennsylvania, the Hall of Fame in the Dryden, PPC Lubricants, Suburban Bolorama, Firehouse Subs, Rocket, Jay Dickinson, and Kyle Lees out of Mercersburg, Pennsylvania, the V&D Auto Recycling. Truzy's the voice of free speech, Rocket Clements, and then Tyler Dietz, the 77, out of Saxonburg, PA, the Longhorn Cornet. Weist Asphalt and Paving. Did I do right on that? Weist and Moody Sales.
You got it, absolutely. Dalton Wilson, third quick on lap number 1. Kyle Lee does not trip the trigger in front of me. Let's go ahead and take a look at the live timing and scoring. I don't see it on there either. So we'll get it when it populates in front of us. I can tell you this, Dalton Wilson, 1:8:214. is fastest. He is third quick out of that group, and as soon as we get the times that populate in front of us, we'll pass them along to you for the rest of the drivers in that session.
Who have populates on your bingo card tonight, right?
All-Star Performance Time Trials, that's right.
Missing data also. Is it data or data?
Data. Missing data.
It'll be... Well, let's see. We got that's Justin Can. We know who he is. He's out of Huntington, Pennsylvania. He's in the women Nutella Ridge Corporation Rocket. Clay Harris. He is in the Wilkerson Farms Rocket for his father, Ken Harris. Jamie Owens, the Responding Company, Ultimate Towing and Recovery Rocket, Vic Hill, and Trevor Collins out of Seaford, Delaware, the WWC3 LLC Trucking Rocket for now.
And again, the times are registering. You're not going to see them on your screen. We're not going to see them directly in front of us, but they are registering directly into the computer system for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And just as soon as that updates, we will pass that along to you. Here's what we do know. Ricky Thornton Jr., the early time to beat, a 1:8:097 for the current Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points leader is that quartet of drivers. The 66 of Can, the 6 of Harris, the 20 of Owens, and the 11 of Collins make their way off the racetrack. We will welcome the next 4 drivers on the Speedway for All-Star Performance Time Trials.
It'll be the veteran Mike Lufer in the 060Js out of Shermansdale, Pennsylvania. He's in the Lufer Drafting Service. That's a Longhorn Pro Power, Gotcho's Machine Shop. Followed by the 4S at a Green Lane, PA. That'll be Danny Snyder. He's in the Dryden Virtual Essence Hair Design, Kryptonite by Burwell and Alex Correa to Saxonburg, the Lynn Geisler, Rocket Clements, number 1 Cochrane Expressway, Bully Oil and Glow Racing, and then Keith Jackson and the James Stevens, Evan Hinkle, entry out of Martinsburg, West Virginia, the Monoflow International, Rocket Clements, 11-8.
Alex Fareed, 10th quick right now with a 1:8:972. Keith Jackson will go 19th fastest on his first lap. Second lap for Mike Luper. He's 10th quick now. Good lap, 1:8:970 for the Shermansdale, Pennsylvania driver. Danny Snyder's best lap, 15th quick, 1:9:201. Alex Fareed jumps up to 6th fastest, James, 1:8.572. And Keith Jackson will limp across the start-finish line, and his best lap time will be 19th quick, a 1:9.543. Tell you this, right now, the top 6, Ricky Thornton Jr., Devin Moran, Dalton Wilson, they're your early contenders for pole sitters for heats 1, 2, and 3, alongside Hudson O'Neill, Hayes Mattern, and Alex Burry after 21 cars.
One more to go here in Group A. I believe it'll be Boom Briggs in the 99B out of Bear Lake, Pennsylvania. He's in the Dave Warren Power Sports, Excess Storage, Trans 58, Briggs Transport, Tucker Drums, Brenda's Place, Corey Rubber Corporation, Meridian Hardwoods, and Stanton Mobile Home Sales. Shane Winans, the crew chief on the Rocket. Clements for Boom Bricks, a top 10 in the topless 100 last week.
He is currently 12th quick. Worth noting, still waiting on the times to upload for that quartet of Justin Can, Clay Harris, Jimmy Owens, and Trevor Collins. So Boom unofficially 12th quick right now with that 1:8.995 that you see on the left side of your screen. Boom will bring the 99B off corner number 4. Second lap time is not as good. It's a 1:9.117. So he will stand on his first lap. So again, this is unofficial based on the times populating for the 66 of Can, the 6 of Harris, the 20 of Owens, and the 11 of Trevor Collins. So for those of you watching at home, you're going to see on the left side of your screen a very unofficial look at the top 10. As it stands right now, Ricky Thornton Jr. laid down the quickest lap in Group A for All-Star Performance Time Trials, a 1:8.097. Devin Moran second quick, third quick, the 18D of Dalton Wilson. We just got handed a paper here from the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series with the official rundown.
All precincts are reporting.
All precincts are reporting. Clay Harris, 9th quick. James with a 1:8.802. Justin Can was 10th quick with a 1:8.836. The 20 of Jimmy Owens was 15th quick with a 1:9.002, and Trevor Collins was 18th with a 1:9.052. So your unofficial pole sitters for heats 1, 2, and 3. The 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr., the 99 of Devin Moran, the 18D of Dalton Wilson, and joining them alongside, as long as they pass the UNOH Tech and Scale area, the 71 of Hudson O'Neill, 4th quick, a good lap for Hayes Mattern. He was 5th quick, and Alex Faree was 6th fastest in All-Star Performance Time Trials in Group A.
Alex Faree, 6-time track champion at Lernerville. Hayes Mattern right now 3rd in the points here, so they've got some good starting spots here tonight in the first 3 heat races. And again, the winner of heat number 1 will be on the Victory Fuel pole here tonight.
Welcome back to Port Royal Speedway in Port Royal, Pennsylvania for the Rumble by the River. I'd like to thank University of Northwestern Ohio coming on board as a presenting sponsor of this event this weekend. Is All-Star Performance Time Trials for Group A in the books. James, we're about ready to roll out the first 4 drivers in Group B.
Should be the 15K. It'll be Jamie Latham. He's out of Mechanicsville, Maryland. 1 career win for him in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. The Bruce Kane Racing Rocket Clements All About Doors. Anthony's Pizza. And Jerry Siding, Roofing, and Windows, followed by the EDD in his Lucas Oil debut. It'll be a great deal. He's out of New Cumberland, Pennsylvania, the Longhorn Pro Power, Ambient HVAC Collective, Batra City, and the 25Z. It'll be Mason Ziegler, Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania. The Green Lane, Roy's Body Shop, JEL Industries, Rocket Clements, and Nathan Long out of Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania, in the Laser Modco, number 63, DJ.
You did well on that. You did very well. Jamie Latham, Greg Deal, Mason Ziegler, all registering their first lap. Ziegler the quickest right now, a good lap, 1:8.558. Nathan Long going to check in. Lap 2 for Jamie Latham. Better, 1.8869. Right now he is second quick. Here comes the ADD at Greg Deal. He'll trip the trigger third quick. Second lap better, 1.9258. Ziegler's second lap a hair better. He stays atop the leaderboard with a 1.8.549. And Nathan Long breaks the 63 across the line. He is also better on lap number 2 with a 1.9.697. So the early barometer set by the 25Z of Mason Ziegler, a 1.8.549.
The next four to be Brian Bernheisel. He's out of Jonestown, Pennsylvania. He's in the Uglies Kettle Chips. You like that one, don't you?
Yes, I do. You like Uglies Kettle Chips, don't you? It's a laser chassis for Brian Bernheisel.
And it's ugly for Greg Satterley because he's not going to be out.
Oh, no.
No, so issues with the 22 car. So it'll be the number 1 at Tim McCready out of Watertown, New York, the topless 100 winner. In the Valvoline, Sabre Calf Ranches, Petro Towing, Franklin Enterprises, Performance Grading, Ace Metalworks, Rocket Durham. Justin Weaver will be out there in the 2J car. He is in the Knowles Fire Protection GDI IT Solutions Longhorn Pro Power 2J, a 2-time winner this year here at Port Royal. Is he out there? Or do we just say, yeah, there he is. There's Justin right here on the main straightaway.
Hey, Tim McCready.
Whoa.
1.7976.
That's quickest overall, my friend.
Yes, it is. Brian Bernheisel goes third quick on lap number 1. Lap 2 now for T-Mac Tim McCready. Not as good, but it's not going to matter. That is now the time to beat in Group B, and overall, Justin Weaver goes third quick, 1.8665. Colton Flinner, 6th fastest, best lap a 1.8870. And Brian Bernheisel's best lap was lap 1 rather. He's 4th quick, a 1.8.798. But Tim McCready, now the time to beat, James, 1.7976.
Yeah, Colton Flinner, the Johns Towing, Newport Lighting Design, Longhorn, Jay Dickens. Up next will be the 24. It'll be Dylan Yoder. He's second in the points here at Port Royal out of Sealands Grove, Pennsylvania. He's in the Valley Supply. Strauss Electric, Rocket Durham, followed by Chad Julius, the number 5. He's out there out of Harrisburg, PA. The Rocket Clements, Matt Cosner out of originally West Virginia, the 66C, the Nelson Auto Sales Orange Flat Mechanical, Wheeler Fleet Solutions, Rocket Durham, and I've got one more, don't I? Is it Dylan Stake? Out of Three Springs, Pennsylvania, he's in the Tinman's Body Shop. Wagner's Excavating, Rocket Barons, D19.
Stake just now going to come around to complete his first lap time. Checkered flag out for the 24 of Dylan Yoder, second on the track point standings. He's 6th quick, 1.8.863. Second lap time for the all-black 5 of Chad Julius, 12th quick. His best lap, 19.777. Good lap for Matt Cosner. Remember, Cosner had a top 5 in this race a year ago. 4th quick, 1.8.797. And Dylan Stake is 9th fastest. His best lap time, a 19.027. After 12 cars, Tim McCready, the time to beat, 17.976.
Dylan Stake currently 9th in the points here at Port Royal. Up next should be the 49 car. Comes in tonight, 80 career wins in the Lucas Oil Late Modern Series. That is 3rd all time behind Scott Bloomquist and Jimmy Owens. It'll be Jonathan Davenport. He is at Lance and Darla Landers. Double L Motorsports. That is a Longhorn Cornet tonight. Nutrient Solutions, Dynaco Seed, Bobcat of Batesville. ASC Warranty, Martin Automotive. Number 49, followed by the 7Y. He'll go to be Andrew Yoder out of Middleburg, Pennsylvania, the Larry Bear entry. In the Stein Trucking, Strauss Electric, Creekside Auto Sales entry. And Corey Lawler, the 93 out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Ponchos Racing Products, Dryden, Rocket Pro Power, and Jason Schmidt. He's out of Lewistown, PA, the Longhorn Cornet, Schmidt's Garage, and Euro Auto Breakers 11.
You did well. You did very well. First lap times going up for this group of drivers. They're going to come around now for the checkered flag in their second lap time. Jonathan Davenport was 4th quick on lap number 1. Lap number 2 is better, but he stays 4th. 1.8679 will be the best lap time for the Blairsville, Georgia native. Andrew Yoder improves on lap 2. He will be 11th quick in that 7 car now, the 19.197. Corey Lawler goes 13th quick, 1.9322. And the final lap for Jason Schmidt is 15th quick, a 19.763 is his best lap. After 16 cars, Tim McCready, Mason Ziegler, and Justin Weaver, your top 5. We have got a truck that needs moved in the parking lot. It's in a reserved spot. It's a Pennsylvania license, ZWB 9395, and we've got one an employee spot, a Chevy Silverado, that needs moved immediately as well.
Carson Ferguson, the 93 car, the Paler Motorsports entries out of Lincoln, North Carolina, the Hoopall Grading, Brad Ben Trucking, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, Coleman Farms entry, followed by Chad Myers out of Hampstead, Maryland. He's in the Bosley Towing, Doug's Garage, Rocket Pro Power, Colby Fry, the 91 out at Dover, PA. He's in the Creekside of the Sales, L&B Investments, Rocket Pro Power for Larry Barrett, and Max Blair, the Brad Spochas 111, Creekside Auto Sales, Upstate Auto Group, C&J Dairy, Murphy's Logging 111.
In trouble for the 93 at Carson Ferguson when he pulled out on the racetrack, James. So a tough break for the 93. He's only going to get one qualifying lap. Second lap time for Chad Myers, 20th, 19860. Colby Fry, good lap, 7th, 18797. And Max Blair was 5th quick on lap number 1. He goes to 2nd quick on lap 2 with a 1:8.483 for the driver of the 111. And there's Carson Ferguson, the damage you see on the right front of the Paylor Motorsports Franklin Enterprises, number 93.
We've got a missing flopper, right?
That's right, yes.
By the way, Saturday lost power, so we're not sure if he has to go to a backup car. What's going to happen on the 22 car to be Sean Jones, the 32J out of Shermansdale, PA. He is in the Red Wing Shoes, JRD Automotive, Jones Masonry, Longhorn, J. Dickens, Drake Troutman, the 7 out of Heinemann, PA. RFI Resources, Wheeler Fleet Solutions, Stone Johnson Resources, Jerry Siding, Roofing and Windows, Longhorn, J. Dickens, and Brandon Smith out at 8 City, Florida, the 17SS. The Total Claim Source, Big Daddy's Cattle, Jim Casino Trucking, Rocket Durham. And do I have Garrett Alberson? He is out there, right? In the Ken and Beth Roberts,
yes.
The Sea Valley Transportation Build Sports Shop, Dunright TV, Big Show Ranch, number 58.
Not only do you have him, he's 2nd quick after lap number 1. Sean Jones, 14th, best lap, 1:8.955. Drake Troutman, 5th quick, best lap, 1:8.568. Here comes the 17 of Brendan Smith. He'll check in. Good lap, 8th quick, 1:8.795. And Garrett Alberson improves on lap 2, but he is still 5/10. He's still a half second behind Tim McCready. Alberson's lap, a 1:8.430. And I believe that's going to do it. Trouble with Greg Satterley. He was the only driver that did not get a qualifying time in All-Star Performance Time Trials Group B. So here's a look at your unofficial top 10. Again, if they all make their way cleanly through the UNOH Tech and Scale area, it'll be Tim McCready, Garrett Alberson, and Max Blair starting on the pole of heats 4, 5, and 6, with Mason Ziegler, Drake Troutman, and Justin Weaver alongside. Once again, we got a couple vehicles here on the grounds that need moved. One is a reddish maroon Dodge Ram. It's in a reserved spot. Pennsylvania license on it. That's a reddish maroon Dodge Ram that's in a reserved spot. And we have one that is in a reserved employee spot. This looks like a silverish gold Chevy Silverado with West Virginia license. If either of those are your vehicles, now would be the time to move them, or they will be towed at your expense. One driver that is quick enough, he might be able to escape being towed, Ben. He's with you down there in Victory Lane. He's the overall quick qualifier here this evening. It's going to be T-Mac Tim McCready.
That's right, race fans. How about a round of applause? Tim McCready, tonight's All-Star Performance Fast Qualifier. 3rd time this year. All right, Tim, not only the only driver in the 17-second bracket, you were a half second better than anybody in the group. What were you able to find out there on the racetrack in All-Star Performance Qualifying?
It's just, Danny, Austin, Joel, and Mark, man, and obviously Steve Baker back at the shop. This car, ever since we brought it out, it's been bad fast right off the truck and makes my job way easier than what it's been. And I just appreciate everybody from Valvoline, Silver Calf Ranches, and the entire Rocket One team. So, I don't know if I did anything different. I watched where Thornton ran, kind of tried to mirror what he did. I didn't probably leave as wide as he did, but I watched when he went into one. Looks like he never checked it, so I tried that. And I don't know, so far so good. After it just gets us a quick 10 points, but after that it doesn't mean much anymore. We got to go back to work.
Yeah, I was going to say that, though, but before we know it, it's going to be the Big River Steel Final Four presented by ARP. So 10 points tonight, that could be a determining factor of being in the top 4 when it's all said and done.
Yeah, we're trying to do all we can. Like I said, coming into this team after Speed Weeks and trying to do things, the way that Mark always did it didn't really suit my style, and he went and thought about some things and then built this car, this XR 1.2. It suited my style, and a lot of guys seem to be pretty good in it, and that's what it's all about. You gotta get these cars to where they have a good window to be able to make bad mistakes as a driver. None of us, we don't like to believe we're perfect. None of us are perfect. It's just when your car's set up really good, you look a lot better sometimes than you are, and tonight so far so good.
Race fans, for the third time this year, Tim McCready is the All-Star Performance Fast Qualifier, and again, currently 4th in the Big River Steel Chase for the championship presented by AARP. After Knoxville, the middle of September, we're going to lock those 4 in. So right now, Tim McCready will head back to the pit area, and guys, we are getting closer to getting things underway here tonight at Port Royal.